Hello and welcome to another modern stream. Today we're going to be playing some extra land drops tribal. Yes, classic archetype has been a pinnacle of modern for a while now. Yeah, so this is a deck list that I saw. It's something similar to what Jose has been talking about lately. And Dom took down an event in a place. I've never heard about this place before. It's called Canada. Apparently, it's to the north of the United States. Very curious. But so there are a couple of interesting concepts that Dom was messing around with in his list. So I felt like I wanted to give it a try. Also, shout out to Pond Wine, who top 8'd last week's Modern Challenge as well with his classic Karn list. Pond is great. So this is what we're going to be playing today. 3 copies of Azusa. We are working with extra copies of the best ramp spell, really, that we have access to. It's like people are... I don't know, like this has been historically something that has happened a lot, which is like people just kind of talk down on Azusa and like they don't want to play multiple copies of her for whatever reason, or they trim her a lot during sideboarding, and it just always confuses me. But there are very few matchups where Azusa is bad. Like I remember back in the day, like Merfolk used to be like the matchup where when I was playing lists with 4 Azusas, like that was the matchup where I would trim like 1 or 2 at most. And like that's not even a deck anymore, so who knows? But yeah, so we're playing 3 Azusas, we're playing Explore. We're also playing a couple of copies of Breeding Pool in triple fetch land. We have Misty Rainforest, we have Verdant Catacombs, and we have Windswept Heath. Again, like it doesn't matter which ones they are, but ideally it's better if you have one of each, so you get to play around Pithing Needle, which never comes up. It just never comes up. But like it's still technically correct. We're only playing 1 Valakut and we're playing 1 Vesuva. The blue sources, of course, are to enable both the Transmute, of course, and Swan Song in the sideboard. This card is actually pretty good right now, particularly against matchups like Rhinos and stuff like that. Also playing 3 copies of Castle Garenby, couple of copies of Cavern of Souls in the main deck, 3 basic forests, and the interesting thing that we're doing here is we're actually going to be playing 4 Semi-Growth Chamber, 3 Celestial Sanctuary, 2 Gruul Turf, and the Boros Garrisons, who actually have access to 10 bounce lands. This is something that we talked about in Titan Talk a couple of times, and then we just kind of forgot about it, which is having access to Ursa Saga, right? Like if you have access to Ursa Saga and you have access to that means that you have more access to Amulet of Vigor, which means that bounce lands are just great. So this list is playing 34 lands in like only 26 spells, which is fine, but the extra land is actually a bounce land, so we actually have access to 10 bounce lands because we have virtual 8 copies of Amulet, I guess. That's the main deck. In the sideboard, we're trying a card that I was discussing in Titan Talk as well, which is Outland Liberator. This is a card that allows you... It's of course a removal spell for artifact and enchantments, but it's one that actually plays around Torpor. And now that Elementals has been picking up, and there's this Yorion 4-color like Omnath value nonsense, Eternal Witness. With that deck picking up in popularity, Torpor has become a little more ubiquitous. I don't know. Sometimes I just try to use words and they don't come out the way that they're supposed to. But trust me, it's a word, and it means that Torpor is everywhere. So Outland Liberator is an answer to the Torpor that we can pact for, and that doesn't get affected by it, because all of the other options that we've seen in the past, like your Reclamation Sage or yeah, like all of the different versions of this effect that we have had access to that is pactable, all of those get got by Torpor. So we're playing Outland Liberator to try to give it a shot. So a couple of copies of Dismember, Endurance, Force of Vigor, like the usual suspect. Ghost Quarter in the sideboard, Relics, and Engineered Explosives are what rounds up the list. We're going to be playing this through a league, and if you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you there for round number 1. Alrighty, welcome to round number 1. This hand's terrible. This hand... let me think. Turn 1, turn 2. We're on the draw. So this is at best a turn 4 kill. This is at best a turn 4 kill. And we still have to find the green source. I think I'm going to keep it on the draw. Ship to Laria West. Wish just needs to stop being cowards and make Ursa Saga that makes Amulet every turn. Such cowards, man. So you think we're just gonna go turn 1 Saga, turn 2 Saga? Just live that life, you know? Okay. So this means I can't haste, because I have the garrison now. But I get to gain a couple of life. So they're probably playing Spikes deck. Mono green Eldrazi. So I just have to dodge Thought Knot Seer. And if they have Thought Knot, I'm in a lot of trouble. And if they don't, I can't lose. That's literally all that it comes down to, I think. Gonna block. Of course they had it. Yes. Of course I also had it though. Amulet of Vigor. Again, we cannot haste. So we have to figure out another way around this. If they have Reality Smasher, that kind of sucks. That means they can attack with Thought Knot. Take 7. Abundant Harvest. 4 land. So it's very likely my opponent has Dismember. So I attack. I get Bounce Land. I attack, I get Bounce Land plus Valakut. Opponent blocks plus Dismember. I untap, and I don't have a green Bounce Land, so I can't really achieve anything. So I guess my best shot is to play Radiant Fountain and say go. And then next turn, once I have access to mana, I can set up a lethal attack. I may have to jump here. I don't think they have any instant speed pumps. But I die to Reality Smasher. Oh no, actually I don't. Yeah, I don't die to Smasher. Unless they have another Noble Hierarch. No blocks. Hey. It's a good draw. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what I can do is I can play Boros Garrison. Oh, I can't activate Castle. I'm 1 green mana short. Oh, but I can play Dryad. So I can turn these into a green source. Does that work? Play this red white. I'd use the green. I use the green for. No, it just doesn't work, right? It just doesn't work. I think my opponent's last card in hand is a Dismember. So they're gonna be able to kill my Dryad here. Nice stabs. That's some good stuff. This is a hard turn. Yeah, I know it's double Dryad. I'm just trying to maximize on my mana because I think that I'm gonna need to make sure that I can maximize what I can do. I can't fetch, so this is not an option. I think it's just my only line, right? Did I just fuck this up? Well, I guess I didn't because now they can't cast Dismember. So this is just fine. Kill that for good measure. Well, I can't heat because I'm at 1. I think that's it. Who would have lost Dismember? Well, I played around Dismember by pacting for the Dryad and playing it main phase. I thought I was going to be short, but actually I wasn't going to because they need to pay for life in order to Dismember. I guess they only needed to pay 2 because they had the Giant Hierarch, the Ignoble Hierarch. But I think it was fine. It was still okay, yeah. What's up, Swallow? That's fine. Just playing some Amulet. Keep. It's pretty. Feels pretty good when your opponent has the nuts and you still get there. Obviously, it was very lucky for me to top deck the Summoner's Pact. Just making up for all the all the awful draws that we had in the previous league. Just a little bit of justice. Just a little bit of justice. Turn 2 Thought Knot? Never mind. Never mind. How likely is it for this deck to have turn 2 Thought Knot? It's not that likely, right? Are we about to get owned by Damping Sphere? I mean, it's not like we can play around it, but it just feels bad to think about. Rancor. Have you ever played against Eldrazi? They always have turn 2 Thought Knot. Yeah, that's fair. So we have to do it like this, so the land comes into play untapped, and I can just dismember the Thought Knot Seer. Fetch in response, do nothing. You'll love to see it. They probably have turn 2 Thought Knot most games they have Temple. That's just not true at all. Right? That's just not true at all. Like, they need to have Temple, Green Source, Ignoble Hierarch, and the Thought Knot Seer. It's not that likely at all that if they have Temple, they're going to have turn 2 Thought Knot Seer. That's just not true. So I can kill this right now. We get rid of a Rancor. Seems fine to me. I really doubt my opponent's playing Veil of Summer, right? There's just no shot. Opponent can suit up the Ignoble if they want to, but that taps them out, and that also is just bad. Yeah. They can't even attack. So they're gonna have to dismember here. It's more turn 2000s at each run. Yeah, but each run has like a very, very low amount of turn 2 thought knots, right? And they know I have the Titan here because they saw my hand turn 2, so. Let's do Valakut and it just kind of doesn't matter, right? We have successfully entered the make plays at random and still win the game phase. I was gonna say weird timing with the Force, but it's actually because they pitched the Rancor that went back to their hands, which is just hilarious. Why would they Rancor the Ignoble Hierarch if they had a Force in hand? They could have just hard cast the Force. That is so much better. Alright, whatever. See you next round. Alright. This hand is kind of a trap. Sand is better, not by much, but better. Serra's Ascendant. I guess that's a card. Okay. Gracer is actually kind of nice. Doesn't really speed up the process, but gives me a blocker even if they enable the Ascendant, which is neat. They're gonna path me? Oh, they're gonna gain a bunch of life. Abiding Grace, Ranger Captain, another Martyr. Oh, it's a 6/6 now. Not this deck. Why not? This matchup is a buy. Ooh, they're playing Saga? That's sort of exciting. Well, this is not doing anything better than soaking up damage here, so let's just do that. I mean, they can get it back a bunch, but we can just kill it a bunch. So, seems fine. I mean, they have one turn to find an answer to the Dryad. Kami of False Hope. So I can already find T-West, so I think I'm just going to... Oh, that's a problem. That is actually somewhat problematic. That is actually somewhat problematic. Never mind, my opponent just fixed the problem for me. Awesome. That is so kind of them. That is so kind of them. Just gonna go, I think I'm just gonna do Valakut Bounce Land here, so that we can kill this thing. And we can protect the Valakut from another Ghost Squatter if need be. Do you know why I don't play Torpor for Infinite Death Triggers? I don't think Undying Decks... Torpor doesn't affect Undying Decks. Problem card. Trash. Yep. Opponent was very kind. They fixed the problem for me. Shadow Spear. Oh, come on. Come on. They're gonna get back Zero Ascendant. I really have to get super fucking creative to get around this Ghost Squatter. Because we don't have our own Ghost Squatter and we don't have a Bog or Relic. I just have to get super creative now. Ursa Saga and Vesuva. Gobi Sunhome. How you doing, Adam? Yeah, I wish I had Stacy. Would have probably backed it for Stacy there. Maybe I should have got into Lurrus instead of Saga there. But maybe they get tempted to blow up the Saga, I don't know. Couldn't you Vesuva copy their Ghost Squatter? Yes, I could. But I think that I'd rather copy my own thing because it just gives me more options. And I don't want to Ghost Squatter their Ghost Squatters. Like, I'd much rather just... I think I'm gonna need more mana, so I'm just gonna bounce this thing here. So opponent's gonna be able to suit up. We don't have explosives in the main deck. Probably gonna suit up the Ranger Captain. We know their hand. Creature card with mana value 1. Okay. Having a second Valakut would be insane. Yeah, or having a way to recur the Valakut from the graveyard. Like, it's just super narrow, right? Honestly, the way that this game is progressing is just pretty unlikely. So they gain 10 here. We take 10 down to 3. This means I don't have to... Yeah, I'm just gonna have to... I think I'm going to end up throwing away a Valakut, unfortunately. I'm just gonna make winning a lot harder. Radiant Fountain, plus Growth Chamber. This is such a pain. So we're gonna be able to kill this. Well, I guess I don't have to use the mana here, because they're just gonna sack anyway. Yeah. Land. Azusa. Bounce. Go squatter my Radiant. Bingo. Debate it. Pass the turn. How would they do that? I don't know. But that was my out, right? That was exactly my out. I had to figure out a way to debate my opponent into making a mistake, and I did. And now what we can do is we can go find Relic. Opponent does not have good attacks. I don't know, Parole. But, I mean, I played to my outs, and we got there. That's what I'm supposed to do. And now we can find Relic of the Ursa Saga. We stop their engine. We kill all of their creatures. Should be in good shape. And our damage output far outraces their life gain output, so should be able to win shortly. Let's do some pew-pews there. Let's do some more pew-pews here. I can't cast spells. Aaron, 37 months with the tier 1 sub. Thank you so much, Aaron. Welcome back. Always the utmost pleasure. Kill that. Kill that. Face you. Face you. You see a Dumb Bliss this weekend? The turn T-Bear on the 3 basics threw me off. Yeah, the list that I'm playing right now was inspired by Dom's list. So they have 5 cards in hand. It's pretty nice that we have a fetch land here, actually. Because fetch land allows me to force my opponent's hand. So they can play Martyr, and it just doesn't matter. This matchup is very, 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 very good for us. Their main win condition is to time me out. that's literally the main way that I've ever lost this matchup. I think I'll keep this actually. They're playing Vile. Don't know how I feel about Bile. LGS is real with Murktide. Yeah. It's not the best. It's not the best matchup. Martyr of Sands. Cast instead of Wild. think I'm gonna chill here for a bit. I can take one. I can definitely take one a couple of times here. It's insane how bad Vile is looking right here. Yep. That's sick. That's just sick. That's just sick. Mad respect. Mad respect for what my opponent's doing over there. Mad respect. They're 2-1. Right? Go squatter myself to fix my mana. Yikes. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can pay for Esper Sentinel. So Damping Sphere is how I could potentially lose this. My goal here is to try to maximize on the value that I'm getting for these engineered explosives, and I think that I'm doing a pretty good job at doing that. Growth Chamber, and I guess I'm gonna get Castle Garenbrig. Play that. Just gonna play Gracer as a chump blocker. There's just no reason. Again, there's nothing to win by unbanning Field of Death. There's like literally nothing to win. The only move I think that would benefit Modern right now is specifically banning Lurrus. That is, in my opinion, the only thing that Wizards could do that would actually make the format better. You don't think Ragavan, Saga, Murktide are issues? Nah. I think they're fine. This is looking pretty good. I think that is if you ban Lurrus, you don't have to ban Bubble. And I'd much rather Lurrus go than Bubble. Could have done tricky by playing E and 1, crack Relic, hold priority, crack EE. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we could have done that. Can exile other ones. Does that work? Yeah, we have to crack Relic, hold priority, then EE. Yeah, that would have actually worked. Again, I think this game is just over. I kind of think. I guess it's the strictly correct play though, so. So just gonna transmute and I'm gonna chill. There's exactly one way we can lose this game. And that one way is if my opponent has a Wrath and then somehow they get me and I never draw anything anymore. Like I cannot lose this game, right? Sure. I mean, I wasn't gonna cast this anyway. I was just gonna attack, get my value. Where's my Vesuva? Over here. Yeah, you get it 1/1. Just gonna replay Vesuva if I could to play around Ghost Squatter off the top. My point is 0% to win this game though. We are actual 0% to lose this game. I don't hit my opponent's deck because it's a buy for us, so... Studios Ski, thank you for the raid. Welcome everybody from Studios stream. Playing some Amulet over here. See you next round. Alright, what do we got here? Against the Lurrus deck. Relic is pretty good. Gotta watch and make sure I don't be a bonehead. I haven't actually played Magic for months. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of value in like rewatching your matches. And like you can just check out the VODs here. They're gonna be up on YouTube tomorrow, and you can like check out the VOD and you can see what the mistakes were. I think I pointed them out, but I'm not quite sure. So if my opponent's playing Hammer Time, this I'm basically conceding. Thank you for the follow, by the way. I'm basically conceding the game, but this hand could be fine against the DRC deck. Yeah, I think I'm gonna ship it. I think we can do better. This is certainly doing better. So keep this, and it sucks, but I think I have to ship the Gracer here. I definitely need to make sure I get closer to a bounce land with Explore. Wither Grave. Oh. Uh, so that's gone. So that's gone. So that's gone. I've seen enough. $69 card special. Mill. It's fair, right? Like we got paired against Martyr last round, and now we get paired against Mill. So we got paired against our unlosable matchup, and now immediately after get paired against our unwinnable matchup. Yeah, it is. I guess in a weird way, it is a sort of justice. I guess. Do I want the Saga here? I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna go with this. Fetching next turn anyway, so we're gonna have a second Crabberoni, second Lobster, man. All right, what's up? What do you got for me, kid? I mean, I'm just gonna jam, right? OV1, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Coming back for 9 months. How are people still playing Mill in this economy? I don't know. It makes me sad. Beyonds of Beyond. Well, that's good for me. That's very good for me. Okay. Can we get away with something here? No archive trap, 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 no archive trap. Yes. Valakut and another Saga. We don't have a bounce land, so getting Vesuva doesn't really make any sense. We could get Boros Garrison. Yeah, actually, I think I'd rather get Boros Garrison, because this allows me to get a fetch land, so I can go face, face, not enabling... Yeah, I can go face, face, I don't enable my opponent's fucking Fatal Push, and then I play a fetch land, and I kill this, and then I fetch, and then I play a fetch land, and I face them again, so that's 9 damage total, and then I fetch, and I kill the Ruin Crab. This is fine. Going from the by much to the exact opposite, yeah. Going from our buy to their buy. I mean, I guess I'm gonna keep this. Most conditions in this match is just poop. Yeah, it is what it is, Aaron. Sometimes you just gotta play through the garbage. Are they holding up counterspell here? I guess if they are, I'm okay with that. Cycle. Sure. So this is the point where we're just gonna hold up this relic forever, kind of. We do have double Swan Song, so if we get to dodge... Hideous Laughter. Okay, what's gone? Gracer, 1 prime time, 2 prime times. Saga, okay, so... I'm gonna play around Surgical, I think. So let's go land, Dryad. Play this. Saga. This version is focusing blue mana with 3 T-Ways consideration. Well, the reason for playing 3 T-Ways instead of 4, playing 2 T-Ways instead of 3, is not the mana requirements. It is more so the lack of need, I guess it's a way to put it. So much sadness. So much sadness. So much sadness. All right. Spell. Do we have another? We do. Okay. So transmute. Some respect. In it to win it. Counter target spell. Trying to lock resolves. Sure, 13. Well, it kind of owned there. I don't think there's anything we could have done. Yeah, I could have swan songed the drown, but I don't think there's anything I don't think that's better under most circumstances. Like, they have to have Archive Trap, and this needs to have been their draw step, because I have fetched a turn before. Maybe it was 2 turns before, and they didn't have the Archive Trap. So unless they were debating me from like 3 turns before, I was under the assumption that they did not have the Archive Trap. Yeah, we could have started by cracking Relic for sure. If a graveyard has 20 or more cards in it. So I guess that's fine. Just cantrips. That's really bad for us. So now we have to find our last remaining Primeval Titan. And if we do that, maybe we can win. That's not our last remaining Primeval Titan. I think if we had found our last remaining prime time there, we actually had a shot at winning this game. Well, now we don't, but up until that point, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Well, there he goes. There goes the endurance too. Ay. Even if we draw Valakut now, it just doesn't do anything. They can't miss a land drop. No Valakut. Alright, we lost the unwinnable matchup. See you next round. No other humbling experience as losing to Mill. This hand's solid, I guess. Blood Crypt. Discard spell. Bye bye, Explore. Bye bye, Explore. This is the correct pick. I guess unless they have another discard spell. If they have another discard spell, then there's an argument for getting the Dryad. El Swansong son los tokens que te ganan si no alcanzas una respuesta. ¿Vos te crees que acabo de perder contra los tokens? Los tokens son irrelevantes, no importan. No perdí contra los tokens, perdí contra los crabs. Saga is a nice draw there. Saga is a very nice draw there, actually. So now, on the following turn, I'm going to be able to Titan with Amulet, which is obviously a lot better than Titan without Amulet. Ren and 6. It's fine, that doesn't really matter. Oh. All of this looking pretty good to me. Even if they have Lily, they're dead. Even if they have an answer to this, they're dead. I guess they could have double Thoughtseize. If they have double Thoughtseize, maybe we can be in trouble. My opponent's just playing Boomer John, right? Like no Sagas, no good cards, just all the cards that have been left behind by 2021 Magic. All the classics. Lightning Bolt. Got it. Ping with Ren. You got it. 5/6 Goif. You got it. Call against command. Call against command. One, two, three, four. Leave white floating. Get Valakut. Yeah. Which is the equivalent of 80s Rock. I literally never saw that series. So I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, the music. So their best draw is Liliana. They Liliana minus, and I have enough mana to play Primetime and Hasted and kill them. Yep. Oh no. I lose to TBR. I lose to Timur Battle Rage. So there's that. I guess they could have Assassin's Trophy. Maybe that's 3. Jesus. Really? That sound? This, transmute, summoner's pact. Show me. Show it to me. Let's see that Terminator Assassin's Trophy. I guess technically Double Bolt would also do it. The fact that you're a musician who can also do math always fascinated me. Well, I like progressive music, so I guess they can have Double Bolt because then I would have been dead. They have Terminate. They do have Trophy, dude. I can't believe it. They have Trophy. Out of all the options, they just have the worst. Blood Red Elf. Oh, that also kills me. Alright. Literally the perfect draw. Explosives, Relic. Oh, do I care for Endurance? Not really. It's nice that it's a way to pressure Ashiok, but... Good old John Doe. Good old John Doe. In the year 2021. Some people really are... What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for here? Ambassadors? No, masochist. That's the word I was looking for. That's the word I was looking for. Though to be fair, I am kind of a masochist myself right now, huh? Though to be fair, we're kind of masochists right here, right now. Don't know how much we can really talk. Yoko. You got me. Amulet, probably. I'm kind of going over my opponent's draw last game. I think it was literally perfect. Like, I think that would have been the only way that I can lose that game, which is my opponent's draw looks exactly like that. Like, they literally needed everything. They needed the turn 1 discard, they needed the call against command, they needed the Liliana, they needed the Ren and 6, and they literally needed every single thing, even the 2 bolts. They needed every single fucking thing. And they had every single fucking thing. Very impressive. I think I actually go for Gracer here. So that I can hold up Relic, I guess. And I'm not playing the Vesua because I don't know yet what I want to copy. Like, if my opponent has... They're playing Saga, dude! Wow. Unfucking believable. That is mind-blowing, honestly. Sure. So, I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play that. Copy in. Ooh, we can copy their Saga? Copying their Saga is pretty sexy, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I guess it's the best case scenario for us, actually. You're saying Amulet has to hang out at the same table as John the Smurfolk and Absent Rhino? Well, I mean, I think Amulet has a table. I think the other 3 are just eating in the backyard. I think Amulet has a pretty, like, a table to the side, and the other 3 are just eating in the backyard. They were not given a table. Opponent ramps me. Good sport. Guess I may as well play around Surgical here. Yep. Where does Landing Control sit? Trick question, they can sit anywhere, but have to wear one of those Hannibal Lecter masks. Got my line. Samuel is at the side events with all the leftover dishes nobody wants. The other decks weren't even let into the house to eat with the family. 100% no. They're suiting up the Goyf. As opposed to making a token? They're protecting Liliana. That's nice. Oh, I fucked up there. Because I'm gonna play this anyway. So I missed on 2 points of damage. It's fine. I'm playing John with Ursa Saga. So they're playing... Let's be generous. Let's be generous and let's say that they're playing 25 lands. And they have 4 of those are colorless lands, which don't cast any of their spells. And then they're playing probably 3 red and 6s and 3 to 4 Lilianas. So the Jan mana base already is a disaster. And we're making it even worse to play some Ursa Sagas. I don't know, man. Jan Sagas are really looking. Yeah, but it's a deck that does not play fucking Liliana of the Veil, right? They're playing good cards instead of Liliana. That's a big difference when it comes to trying to build a functional mana base, which I think my opponent's deck just doesn't have. They also have Monkey, of course, of course. Radiant Fountain, that sucks. Dude, look at their mana, man. Green Source? No. People who just register they want to play for fun. Yeah. Yeah, the fact that my opponent doesn't get punished for their mana base is just fitting, right? It's just the ultimate middle finger. They just have like the perfect curve. They just have the perfect curve. It's just justice. It's only just justice, you know? This, I just feel like this is going to end up being a big deal. It just feels like this Radiant Fountain being gone is going to be a big deal. Like, I'm going to need to have access to that fountain in order to stabilize, and I'm just not going to be able to. And I'm going to lose because of that shit. So tilting. No second green source. No second green source is bad. No second green source is real bad. I'm gonna die to these fucking constructs. I mean, what I'm dying is to the Ragavan, right? They just had turn 1 monkey. They failed to find. What? How did they fail to find? Celestia Sanctuary. Crack, Transmute, Explosive, some short of mana. So that doesn't do it. Jump here, lose to Lightning Bolt, lose to K command. Lose to Fatal Push, lose to everything. Please equip it. Please equip Shadow Spear. Do it. Do it. Remember when I said that Exile and the Radiant Fountain was gonna matter this game? God damn it. Explosives for 0. Literally dead on board. Sure. Guess we're keeping this. Definitely on the slow side of hands, but we're playing a mirror match. No, we're not playing a mirror match. Azusa off the top, baby. Let's go. Azusa off the top one time. This is why we play 3 Azusas. This is why we play 3 Azusas. Our draws today? Holy shit. Our draws today. Our draws have been something else. Our draws have been something else. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. I think this is the universe telling you to play elementals. At least Moto is telling me to play elementals. I don't know about the entire universe, but Moto is definitely telling me to play elementals. We're not dead here, right? I've literally drawn the absolute worst possible, the absolute worst possible draw step every single time, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if my opponent also whiffs, we have a shot. 100% blocking here. Not even close. Can only play with the cards that were dealt, right? I'm actually super curious. Like, am I getting slow rolled here? Like, what's going on? I guess I'm not getting slow rolled, I just don't have it. That is so confusing to me. No idea what the hell just happened. I do think we get to win though, so that's cool. I guess I actually have to float my mana first. So I think I can play around removal here. Because I can always like force the removal right now and then just have the other Titan simply haste the first one instead of hasting both. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. 6. Let's do that and that. Haste there, haste there. Like at instant speed, I don't think there's anything they can really do. Guess I'm out of Cruel Turfs. Hope opponent is enjoying the show at least. Copy that one. Because they're not packing it, so. All right. Just didn't have it, I guess. For real, right? So these are the cards I'm somewhat interested in. And that's it. Let's do 2 on 2. Min Trip Wire MTG. Thank you for the follow. I mean, if we don't find a bounce land, we can't win. We have 3 looks at a bounce land. We have 10 bounce lands because Garrison also works. Easy. I have Swan Song in my deck, so because of that, I'm going to shock there. I know that it's bad in the face of fucking what's his name, but another bounce is pretty sick. Means we get to develop our mana, which is pretty nice. And this plays around removal of the amulet, and it also plays around my opponent having something like Mombuli Acid Moss. They're playing a deck from, 5 years ago, so it wouldn't surprise me that they would be playing Cybertech from 5 years ago. Fetching for a basic mountain. Doesn't help cast Primeval Titan. Didn't really seriously do okay in challenge recently. Yeah, but that list was just heinous. Everything can do well in a challenge. It's just 6 arbitrary wins, right? Or 7 or whatever, like as many rounds as they are, but anything can get lucky 7 rounds in a row. That doesn't mean that it's a good deck. Exhibit A. So the first were playing it for a bit, which was what I think made people play again. Yeah, but that list was just not very good. So this is good for them, obviously, but we can still Titan here. The thing is that it also allows my opponent to Titan, but their Titan cannot kill my Titan, and then I get to untap and I get to kill them with Dryad. So I think that we're gonna win, unless they also have a Bolt, and I guess that doesn't do it. So float green. Play that. Here we're getting Valakut and let's get Garrison so we can actually play around the removal. Replay this. Hitcha. So if they tap out for Titan, we should be able to win. Sometimes breaking the mold is good. Moshowitz proved that years ago. Yeah, but I don't think it is in this case. Right? I could play mono white taxes, right? I could if I wanted to. Does that mean it's good? No, not really. Because you can also... Did I just call this? I literally just called this. That's very funny. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so now we have to pivot, which is fine, we can definitely just do that. In fact, this is better because it allows me to play around Force of Vigor. So you have to get this and Stronghold. Gonna bounce the Stronghold and we're gonna play that as our land for turn. Haste Prime Time. And now the goal is gonna be to gain as much life as possible so we can potentially play around my opponent having a bunch of lightning bolts. And I definitely want to get a Saga, so that's what we're gonna do. Because Saga represents 3 damage, and here my opponent's taking 15 down to 4, and if they fetch, then the Saga token is lethal and I can just haste it. So this is what maximizes the amount of life that I gain, which is good. And now we can beat Scapeshift into land. Scapeshift into bolt, sorry. Your go. But just woke up from a coma in the middle of pandemic with an outdated deck list, cut them some slack. I mean, they have Foundation Breaker, so they are playing newer cards. That's fine. Like, I mean, I'm not hating on my opponent for playing the deck or anything like that. It's just a bad deck. Like, my opponent can be playing a bad deck. I think I'm not playing a great deck either, right? I don't think that the deck that I'm playing is particularly well positioned or anything. We're struggling for wins. We just lost against Jund. For God's sake, come on. Just lost against Jund. Like, it's fine. Like, it's just fine. We can all just play our shitty decks. It's just a Moto League, right? Like, we can all play our shitty decks and we can have a good time while doing so. It's just funny that, you know, I mean, I don't know, like, people like what they like. Personally, I just think that Scapeshift is hella boring. Like, it's just such a boring deck to me. It is just unbelievably boring. So it just you know, it's just funny to me that, you know, somebody would want to, you know, actually go ahead and play a deck like this while it's bad, you know. BDL Scripture is fun, yeah, 100%, but it's an entirely different deck. But it's fine. Like, there's people that like Tron, right? There's people that enjoy playing Boggles. There is no shortage of bad decks to play. You know what I'm saying? There is no shortage of bad decks to play. We're gonna win by Exaxes because of the Azusa beatdowns? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. There's nothing I like more than some good old Azusa beatdowns. Squadron Titans. Squadron Titans. You gotta love it. Gotta love the Exacxi skill. You gotta love the Exacxi skill. Oh, I guess that they shocked. Never mind, this wasn't exact. Okay, it's not as exciting as I was saying. Not as exciting as I was saying, it's just a random, just kill. Okay, how are we feeling about this? Not too great if I'm being honest. Not super stoked about this. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking about playing Punch List. I think he's playing Foundation Breakers. I think this is the pile. He's playing another Cavern. I guess I'm gonna take a peek at the deck list that he top 8'd with. Top 8'd this Saturday challenge, I think. Here we go. Ba-ba-bum. Yep, that seems to be it. So, one more Coven of Souls, 4 basic 4, Scrambling Vestige. Yeah, this looks fine. Cyborg is Cavern. Oh, he cut the Radiant Fountain, that's what he did. Dismember 3 forces, endurance. Oh, he's playing Ensnare Bridge. Which is a card I really do not like. I really dislike Ensnare Bridge. He's only playing 1 explosives. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna play the second explosives instead of the other one. All right, that's it for this league. Another mediocre result, so maybe we can do a little bit better with Punch List. See you there.